our fifth and final main topic today, and our fifth and final main topic today is something that I put up last night, something that I wanted to talk about yesterday, but I decided why not talk about it
on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
That's so funny.
So I lost. Here we are. And guys, this is coming to us from the Hollywood Reporter, I believe. Let's see. No, actually, this is coming to us from Forbes. Netflix Wednesday surpasses Stranger Things 4 as most watched English language series in 1 week's time. Guys, there's a ton of different statistics that are out there about this right now. You'll see one where that Netflix has 95 countries that they're in, and 93 of those, Wednesday is number one.
Holy crap.
I mean, again, and these are just a couple. Those statistics go on and on with how well. Then they'll get deep into like viewing hours, like hours actually viewed. It is astronomically crazy how well this fucking series is doing. That being said, I started Wednesday. Not on Wednesday, but whenever I got around to starting it. And that was a few days ago. And I was busy. I had my daughter, and she was rowdy as she always is. And I ended up only getting maybe 15 minutes into an episode before I had to turn it off, and I will get back to it. And I was having a good time. I mean, first of all, it's really well made. I mean, it's directed by Tim Burton, and he for the most part, he knows what he's doing, especially with this kind of gothy horror kind of thing, right? So for the most part, he knows what he's doing, and it looks great. Jenna Ortega is amazing. She's a great Wednesday. She's also like very in this real weird niche lane where she kind of looks like she's a young girl in high school. I mean, I know she's like 20, 21, but she really looks like a freshman or something. She's just so childlike, almost like a doll, almost exactly what you would expect of Wednesday, right? Yeah, so everything I did see was great. I seen the beginning part where she throws the piranhas into the pool, which is very fun, obviously. But yeah, this surprised me though. This took me by surprise to get on Twitter and to be scrolling and to see Forbes and Hollywood Reporter and Screen Rant and Variety and Deadline and all of these trusted outlets that we use on the channel here, all reporting the same thing, that Wednesday has surpassed Netflix's,
beast.
Superman.
Right.
They're Superman.
Right.
They're big. They're A-list. They're top front catalog material of Stranger Things. So I want to read a little bit of this article from Forbes here. So Netflix's newly released scripted series Wednesday is now the most watched English language series in a week in the history of the streaming service, Netflix said Tuesday, surpassing the popular season 4 of Stranger Things. In the week ending Sunday, viewers watched over 341.2 million hours of the first season of Wednesday, which was aired on November 23rd and is about Wednesday Addams. We obviously know what it's about. In June, Netflix viewers set the streaming service's previous record by watching over 335 million. So this beat it by a ton, by millions of views in a single week after the first batch of episodes was released in the sci-fi series. Stranger Things 4 still holds the title for most watched Netflix English language series in the first 28 days on the platform.
For now.
For now, right? With 1.35 billion viewed hours. But
wow.
I have a feeling that is about to go away. That's how many hours, 1.65 billion, that's how many hours Squid Game was watched in the first 28 days. Well, then how does Stranger Things 4 hold the record at 1.35 billion if Squid Games was viewed 1.65 in 28 days? Forbes. All right. Well, anyways, right?
English.
Oh, English language. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I get it. Thank you for that. Let's see. Yeah, that's definitely it. Here's some of the others. There's obviously Jeffrey Dahmer, which the Monster series, which was Very popular, 856.2 million hours, so it almost reached a billion itself. Bridgerton is obviously huge. Inverting Anna, I've actually never heard of. Ozark, which me and my wife love, and I know a lot of people love Ozark, comes in at 491 million hours watched. So, yeah, I mean, even that sounds crazy, right? Ozark, which we all know Jason Bateman. He writes it, directs it, stars in it. We all love Jason Bateman. What's his wife's name? Huge actress.
I know. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I can't remember, but Laura Kinney, right? I believe that's her
Laura
name.
Linney.
Laura Linney, that's right. Laura Linney. There's just so many big people in that, and it's gained 491 million hours of watch time, where Wednesday Addams in a matter of, this came out the 23rd. It's the 30th, guys. You do the math. In a matter of a week's time,
341 million.
right, it's about to pass Ozark in all-time views. That is ridiculous, and that is why I wanted to make this the main topic today, because really, good for it, man. Happy for Jenna Ortega. She supported this series and did everything she could to go out of her way to fully be involved in this. Like, this felt like, and you don't see this, like, what she did for this, you don't see as much anymore, but actors used to like go on these full tours, like a full press tour kind of for a movie or for a show. But now actors have so much on their plate a lot of the times that it's hard to do, 3 or 4 of those in one, 4-month period. But Jenna Ortega isn't a huge name in the industry until now, clearly. So she was able to do a lot of pressing for this. She was always active on her Twitter, posting how fun it was on set, the how well she felt it was being made, and how good she thought it was going to inevitably be. And I love to see stuff like that. So happy for you, girl. Happy for Jenna Ortega that's doing so successful. Happy for Tim Burton, because for me, Burton's a real hit and miss director. Like, he has moments where it's like, damn, this dude's
one
shit,
of the best,
right?
yeah.
Right. Is it Edward Scissorhands?
Yeah. I mean, anything from him in the 90s, really.
Right.
The Batman
a lot of that.
movies,
Yeah, right. The Batman movies. Yeah, for sure.
Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean,
yeah,
he's
did.
got some.
Yeah, right. He like.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. But yeah, for sure. There's a ton of his work. But then, the last thing I seen Burton was Dumbo. Was the Disney remake of Dumbo, and that left a real bad taste in my mouth. Not only for Dumbo, but for Tim Burton, because he made it, and it just felt like he was trying to make a Disney movie, and it just did not work. I mean, we all know Tim Burton's style. It doesn't go with Disney, guys. I mean, it just felt weird. So it left a bad taste in my mouth, and that movie actually did okay. Like, people kind of enjoyed that movie. So good for it. But yeah, it makes me happy that I'm seeing him have success again, because he is a really popular director that lots of people love, and people want to see his work. So I'm glad for him. Glad for Jenna Ortega. Happy for Netflix. I really cannot stress to you guys enough how surprising this is. This is crazy. These numbers are just astronomical. Like, these numbers are like something someone says to me, and I'm like, dude, stop lying. Like, you're just shouting shit out. But yeah, I'm super happy, and I will, in the next 3 days, I will get caught up on this whole series, and I will get my review up here on the channel, so you can guys get my thoughts on the full Wednesday series. Maybe we can get Lucas or someone on the channel around here to watch it too, and we can get someone else's thoughts. But for now, yeah, I'm excited that it's doing well, and I hope it keeps doing well, and I hope you guys go out and check it out too. So Lucas, what are your thoughts on it, buddy?
Yeah, surprising to say the least. I mean, if you would have told me that it was doing well, got good numbers and whatever, that wouldn't surprise me. Like, I expected it to be decent at least. I expected it to do decent at least. But, dude, you're right. You were talking about Netflix is, I mean, what is Netflix known for other than Stranger Things, right?
Right.
I mean, seriously, like Netflix has
Wednesday.
been around a long, right? But no, just like you said, man, I'm very happy for Jenna Ortega and for Tim Burton. You can tell it's a passion project, and I love when passion projects really like get the credit they deserve, like this one seems to. I haven't seen it yet. I would love to watch it. By the way, my girlfriend. I think she watched like the first half of it and she loved it. So yeah, maybe we should, I think we're going to have to now watch it, right? And do a review of it. I mean, that's crazy, dude.
Well, I mean, this reminds me a lot of the Squid, well, not to an extent because I was at least slightly interested in Wednesday, right? I grew up with Adam's family.
Sure. Well,
and
that's
Uncle Fester and all that.
why.
But it kind of reminds me a little bit of Squid Game, right? Because I was adamant, I'm like, I don't give a fucking damn. And then all of a sudden, all of the people around me, the pundits I know on YouTube, my friends, everyone, talking about Squid Games. And I'm like, I go to my wife one day and I'm like, all right, we're fucking watching Squid Games. And she's like, why? I'm like, because I'm tired of being the dude in the room that doesn't know what the fuck's going on in the world, right? I'm the only guy, right? And that's what this is going to turn into, right?
Sure,
There's so many people watching it that if you haven't seen it, it's just you. Nobody wants to be that guy. Nobody wants to be the one dude at the party that hasn't seen the movie, man. Like, that's just crazy, especially when it's something that popular, because then you're just dumb for not seeing it. It's like, Wednesday? But don't you have Netflix? Yeah, I got Netflix.
Why didn't you watch it?
You're dumb, right? That's what it becomes, and nobody wants to be the dumb guy.
No, for sure, man. No, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I had to say. To be honest, like, it looks awesome. And I think part of the reason it's done really well, part of it, I mean,
were you a fan of the original Addams Family?
That's what I was about to say. Yes, absolutely. Movie? Absolutely. And so, like, with Tim Burton behind it, too, like, there's no reason why this
perfect.
shouldn't. Yes, it does, yeah.
I mean, who else? You couldn't name a better director to do something like this.
No, I don't think so. And I love that they made a series out of it, too. And I would love to see him do more seasons now. Apparently, like I don't know like the premise at all, to be honest. But if something's doing this well,
the premise is basically just the Addams family, like you normally know it, but we're following specifically Wednesday Addams's kind of her life,
which is a great premise. Which is a great premise.
Of course it is, and I think it's relatable, especially the world we live in. When I went to high school, there was a lot of girls like that, but it's become more and more and more now.
Dude, it's like
now we like know a girl, like we're friends with a girl like that.
Couple of them,
like, but back when I was in high school, it was still like Wednesday Addams. It was like, icky. What's going on with that girl? Yeah. But now that girl's like a normal person. Wednesday Addams is someone we. Smoke chicken with.
And especially, yeah, no kidding.
Right?
Probably have, yeah.
Exactly, right.
But no, especially especially freshmen in high school, like coming in this year and the last couple of years.
Yes.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying is I love that they did it from her point of view now, because I mean I bet it's kind of how I felt watching Miss Marvel, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a high school teenage girl.
Sure.
But God, I love it, man, because I love getting
we all know Kamala. Like, for real, we all know that girl, that she's got energy and flair, but she's not quite as pretty, and she's not quite as...
She's a normal girl, man.
Yeah,
and I love that.
And she's not quite as popular. She's not quite as... All those things, but she's, again, a character. If you got to know her, you'd be like, this bitch is hilarious.
Great,
right.
Same with Wednesday. She's just a little freaky. Just
exactly,
freaky.
right. And that's the thing is, I think those two kinds of people have become more, as everything has obviously in our world, has become more accepted, right? Everything has become more accepted. So people like that are now, when I went to school, they were kind of outcast, but now they're kind of normal. And I think it's so normalized that people see themselves in Wednesday Addams now. Where they didn't used to see that. They used to see Wednesday Addams and the Addams Family as what they were, which are like the monsters, right? They're like this outcast living in our world.
Right.
But now it's such a normalized thing, I think, that now people see themselves in Wednesday Addams.
Yeah.
And that's fucking awesome, dude.
Well, or even more so that they feel more comfortable to see themselves in Wednesday Addams, right?
Yes,
because I mean, society has changed a lot,
And that's right.
It's great because, like, you know,
and
before.
and not always for the better, but in this case,
This is a great example of how it has changed for the better. Yeah.
of it changing for the better, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, we all, I think even, you know, myself as a grown, you know, 30 man in his 30s, that even I related in a way to her, and we all will, because you know, she's her. And at the end of the day, you know, I always say people really liked me in high school and I was a popular kid or whatever, but it was because I was just me.
Yeah, me
I
too.
was just
Me
Key.
too.
Like at the end of the day, I always was Key. Like, I did what I wanted. I wore my Hannah Montana backpack, you know, when I
Hell
wanted to.
yeah, dude.
I did, and
Hell
people
yeah.
people would make fun of me or what. I'd get mixed reactions.
Sure,
but
but
the
you just
truth
laugh it
is,
off.
everyone wanted to be able
Sure.
to do what I was doing.
Right.
They didn't want
Me
to
too.
wear Hannah Montana backpacks, but they wanted to have the courage to wear what they wanted and all these things. And that's what makes someone cool. And that's what Jenna Ortega's Wednesday Addams is. She's the girl that's doing and saying the shit that she wants to do and say. And we all want that. We all want to
Dude,
be
we all
the
should
masters
be
of
that.
our own fucking destiny,
And,
right?
and we are, right? We all
right,
should be.
but we're not
right.
all taking control of it like
No,
she
no, no,
is.
no,
And
definitely
that's
not.
why I think we all kind of can see ourselves in it, because a lot of us are the true version of us has kind of been hidden down, right? And
sure.
we're in a world where the world's going, hey, don't hide that down. Let it out. Let us know
Yeah,
what you
let
really
us speak
are.
for the world right now. Do not hide that. We love that about everybody. I mean, even if you're annoying as all hell.
Right, for
as
sure.
As long as you're, you know, without question, we're going to love it, man.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's, like I said, a great reason why people see themselves and can see themselves in Wednesday now, where I think, you know, again, 20 years ago, you wouldn't have had kind of that same connection. The world has just changed so much, and I think everything kind of fell in line for this show, and that, in my opinion, is why it's doing so well. It was just it's kind of like the Comedy of Errors thing, but
Sure.
you know, in a good way. Like everything just was right for
Comedy
it. You know?
of
Also,
corrections.
what is out there right now? You know, what is there to
Nothing.
watch?
I mean, there's a huge gap with
Right,
Marvel
so they
and
put
Star Wars.
right,
Yeah.
so they
Good
timed
timing.
it great. Like they literally had everything going for you. Good on you, Netflix. Good on you, Tim Burton. Good on
Jenna
you,
Ortega.
Jenna Ortega.
And everybody else
Yeah,
involved.
and
truly.
I'm happy for all you guys. Guys, you're hearing this again. This is just shocking, surprising, unexpected news. Have you guys checked out Wednesday, the series? Let us know what your guys' thoughts are. Can you believe that it's past Stranger Things? Again, Netflix is Stranger Things, right? Like, but yeah, so definitely let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below.